Hey, Trenton had a fantastic idea for a video today.
Didn't happen very often. I did.
I loved it, though. I loved it. We've been kind of shooting from the hip because when either one of us is gone for a vacation, what was that?
Something was on the tip of this pen. I don't know what it was.
Oh, okay. Well, when one of us is on vacation. We're not, we don't put our heads together to figure out what we're going to do for the week for videos. So, it's kind of like a last minute thing. So we walked downstairs, we're discussing a few things, and he looked up here and he's like, I got it. Let's do a blind of our favorite craft bourbons down here.
Yes.
And I loved it. So here's what's going to be in the blind. Right there. Got that one, bud?
How do you
McLaughlin.
Yep, that one.
McLaughlin Baby Barrel. We love that bottle. We have a Detling cask strength single barrel. Stuart helped me get that. Thank you, Stuart. I got a Rock Castle. We own it. You guys know we love Rock Castle.
Actually, just did a pick with them.
Yes.
It's fantastic.
I got Conviction. One of our newest bottles down here of craft whiskey is one of our favorite newest ones. That's just their small batch cask strength, right?
No. Yes. Yeah.
Yep. Limestone Farms. This is their private stock. Limestone Farms, private stock. So pretty much 5 of our top bottles here, Trenton, that's craft whiskey that we really love.
And, we were only going to do 5, so these are the ones that kind of came to mind. There's a lot of other ones that I've been kind of gravitating towards. So if you guys enjoyed this, maybe we'll do the other one with some of the other ones that we have. But in terms of, I don't want to say weird because it's not the right term, but just off profile of like a standard bourbon is just encompassed all these 5 brands, and it's fantastic. So we figured what better way to just kind of put them head to head and see.
Yeah.
Doesn't help that I'm sick right now, but I'm powering through. The alcohol's going to kill the sickness, and I'll be good to go.
Between you and your mother.
Yeah. I skied in 50-degree weather.
Well, that probably did you in.
50-degree water a couple days ago. And it probably wasn't the best decision, but
no.
I've never not skied when I've been up to New York, so I had to do it. But
before we get started tasting, guys, don't forget tonight, live stream, right, Trenton? 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
8 o'clock Central Time, live stream tonight. So far, and I don't think it's going to be beat, the most upvotes. Trenton had this crazy idea, as he always does in our last video on Wednesday. Whoever has the most upvotes, whoever has the most thumbs up with an idea for Friday night live stream, that's what we're going to do. And the one right now is right around 250 thumbs up, is 6 of our most expensive bottles.
Which, I don't know about you, but it's a little bit uncomfortable.
It is.
Only because, we like to review stuff that is fairly priced. Of course, we have these bottles and several others, but we've been fortunate enough to be able to pick up some rather expensive bottles and things that aren't necessarily attainable to a good majority of the people. So doing a blind where that is the main focus is a little bit strange.
It's a little daunting.
A little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But the people spoke, and we're going to do it. Well, Kurt and Ken are going to do it. I'm going to sit back there
and laugh at us, right?
And probably drink a Negroni while I'm commentating.
Let me just say this. It's going to be wild. And let me also say this. I guarantee you're not going to guess at least half of them what are going to be in it. Now, it wasn't said what genre of whiskey, because I got some pretty expensive scotch. I've got, but I think we're going to stick to bourbon. Trent and I talked about. So, because I really don't want to get 6 bottles. I got 2 of scotch. I got 2 of bourbon. I got a really expensive rye whiskey. I've got, Milestone, American single malt, jumping all over the place. So
8 p.m.
Get ready. I'm just telling you. Get ready. All right, bud. Let's get going.
All right.
We're going to start with letter A. It's been a while. It has been a while. It's been since the Bourbon Madness tournament that we've actually done a blind.
Has it really?
Yeah, because we had to catch up on a few things because of all the
weird,
videos for Bourbon Madness.
I'm a little bit. I was organizing my glasses, and I'm thinking this. I feel very out of practice with this.
We are. It's been weeks since we've done an actual blind for a video. Yeah, this isn't bad at all. This isn't a bad start.
Not at all.
I'm getting some beautiful dark brown sugar, a cherry note in there that I'm loving.
I'm getting like a pie note in this. I don't. It's some kind of fruit. I don't know what kind of fruit. My honker is a little bit
cherry.
A little bit not operating really. Neither is my brain, if you can't tell. It normally isn't, anyways. But
I love the cherry pie thing, though.
Dude,
nice crust, nice bakery crust, cherry note.
You know what this reminds me of is like that. What was that? That 2021 George T. Stagger, the 2022. just like the most insane nose flavor bomb that I think I've ever smelled, and this is pretty dang close.
Wow.
I don't know.
All
Again,
right.
we don't know what any of these are, what order. We know what bottles are in here. We don't know what the order is.
Yeah, no clue.
Doggone, that's good, man.
Wow. A little spicy right off the bat.
A little bit.
All these are going to be a little bit higher proof.
Are they? Yeah.
But that's first sip of the day. I'd go through this every time. Give me another couple sips and be good. But the main thing I can say about that first sip, Trent, is quintessential bourbon right there.
Really is.
It's a really, really nice bourbon.
It's got. I usually don't care specifically for bourbons that have like a very strong barrely note. I don't think this does, but it's kind of on the cusp. There's a pretty strong oaky barrel presence in this, which I like. Mm-hmm. I think it's really nice. That fruit kind of saves it from being a little bit too overpowering.
That second sip, I'm getting a little molasses note. I'm still getting the cherry note. Trenton is right. Even moving into the finish, which is still going, they get that oaky presence. It's not dry. It's not bad oak, but it is a little bit oaky.
I like it though. It's very nice.
It is very nice.
Man, it's been a minute since I've tasted. I feel like something this proof. What did we review the other day? What is today? Friday.
Yeah. So what did you ask? I'm sorry. I'm looking for my glass.
What did we review?
I forgot to put water out here too.
Oh, shame.
We're screwing up.
Here,
I don't even know where my glass is though.
I think I put it under in there because it was on the counter here.
Come on.
I was getting everything out of the way, man. What did we review on Wednesday? What did we do on Wednesday? Was it Little Book? I think it was Little Book 9. It's been a minute since I feel like I've tasted something.
I have a hard time remembering what happened 20 minutes ago, Trent.
Me too right now, man.
Filmed for Wednesday?
Anyways, I'm out of practice. Everybody gets it. Let's go on to B.
No, we did. It takes me a minute. When you're 61, all you folks out there that are relative around my age, raise your right hand because this happens, right? It takes me a few minutes, but what we did is our favorite summer whiskeys.
That's right, man. I'm thinking of last week. Holy, no, that was Monday. I'm thinking of.
Just, it'll be all right.
Help.
Okay.
Somebody help me. Man, I really want hibachi right now.
Hibachi?
Yeah, I'm hungry.
Where'd that come from?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yo,
rolling on to B.
This is insanely wild on the nose.
Boy, I love it though. It's almost what I love about craft whiskey, and some don't. Okay, but some absolutely do not, and I respect that. No problem whatsoever. What I love is you get these just out of the box aromas and flavors that you normally don't get with legacy distilleries. I'm almost smelling like a sweet thistle note coming out of here.
Okay, I was gonna say, man, it's like you went into a Bath and Body Works and you picked up a very herbal type of a candle thing. Thistle's a good one.
Like you put up, like you chunk up a big old thistle, and you make simple syrup out of it.
You know what? I don't know if seriously. I should be.
It's great though.
I'm not gonna say this. There's a distillery that I know of that did a test run of some distilled thistle that I tried, and it was very good. I'm not gonna say who. I don't know if I was supposed to say that out loud or not. I don't want to out anybody, but it was very good. It reminds me a lot of this.
And you're right. It's almost a little floral.
It also gives me this like markery note,
but there's an underlining almost butterscotch there too. There's an underlining dark brown sugar butterscotch, somewhere along that line.
There's something that softens the other elements that really makes it nice, a very nice cohesive pour.
Love it.
Dude. If you blended up a rocking chair from Cracker Barrel and just made a whiskey out of it, that is like, and it's in such a good way. By no means is it bad.
Absolutely not.
It's like this really nice, like if you like smeared some butterscotch on a rocking chair.
Yeah, I mean, there's no lie. It's a little bit antique-ish, like Trenton said, with a rocking chair thing going on, a little bit dusty possibly. But that butterscotch, that same aroma that I was picking up, that underlying sweetness is still flowing through the sip. It's just kind of crazy out there. Great.
I'm just really surprised, and I don't want to toot my own horn, that any distilleries haven't reached out to me to help them write tasting notes yet. Who wouldn't? If you're in a liquor store,
would have no idea who would. Because if customers are picking up their bottle and they're reading blended up rocking chair,
but wouldn't that make
probably
you
not going to pick it up?
People are just lame though. They got look at that. You got to look at that and be like, man, I got to take a chance on that because that sounds really unique.
So I don't think so, bud.
Maybe one day.
Yep.
If I picked up a label or a bottle in a store and I saw some of the weird things that I say, I'd be like, heck yeah, I'm buying that. Because what does a PVC taste? A PVC pipe tastes like? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like Bean Boozled. Why would anybody take a chance on eating something that tastes like a rubber tire? But people do it.
People do it, don't they, Trent?
Exactly.
See. Wow.
If you took butterscotch and honey and blended it and fermented it,
I'm stopping there. I'm not adding nothing.
that's really about it.
Because that's it. To the T. That's a wild.
You know who we should talk to about that? Is Tristan.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would challenge Tristan. Tristan's one of our good buddies. He is a wizard in the kitchen.
Yeah.
He made some bitters for a cocktail competition we did
Crazy.
on Patreon. And it was some of the best. It was it Mexican sarsaparilla or sarsaparilla bitters?
Exactly. Mexican sarsaparilla.
Fantastic.
What he labeled it.
I bet he could come up with some like fermented. Well, that's mead though. Could you make a butterscotch honey mead?
Dude,
Mike Rada does that, I think.
Does he really?
He's a mead expert.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. I'll taste some of that sometime.
Forget about it.
Holy moly. That is good.
Okay. Ooh, I get a little strawberry in there.
Do you? I didn't get that.
A little bit. Again, keep in mind.
I'm getting that honey butterscotch thing,
Dude,
though.
it's
I'm
wild.
getting it full force.
Take everything I say with a grain of salt because I am a little bit sick. Not that you should take any of my stuff seriously when I'm not sick. But
Only thing it just seems like there's a slight bitterness that comes with it too, but that might play right into your alley too.
I didn't get that.
No. Okay.
Let me try it again. I went back to C or to B to kind of do a little bit of a comparison here,
But it's not obtrusive. It kind of lends to the sip.
my only thing with C, and the reason I went back to B, I don't know if it's a proof difference, an overall palate difference, or what, but I feel like B, the blended up rocking chair, has a little bit more of this body to it, whereas C is a little bit thin for me. I wouldn't say the finish is like very long lasting, whereas B, I do get there's a little bit more like oomph in the sip. Again, it could be due to the proof.
Okay.
I love the palate on this. I love everything about it.
I do
My
too.
only critique, though, I don't get any of that bitterness, though,
No.
is the
a
overall
little bit.
thinness on the palate.
It's kind of like a coffee type bitter thing to me. It's not a bad thing.
Maybe it's my sickness that's not doing it.
Yeah, maybe I'm just out of
That's
whack
not grabbing
too.
it.
So.
See, this is tough, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, I knew it would be. As soon as you said let's do it, I knew it would be a hard blind to do.
On to D.
Yeah. And
Whose
you
idea
had-
was 5?
Yeah. Not me. Not me. Forget about it.
This was like a blueberry toaster
I
strudel or
love
something.
it. It's
Or
you know what it
blueberry
smells like?
Pop-Tart.
It smells like the best blueberry muffin ever made. Ones with the crunchy things on top and everything.
I want to know where to get a really good blueberry muffin. Remember when I mentioned
It's got
baklava?
some cream frosting on there too.
Dude, it tastes like cream,
Nutty.
cream cheese icing or something. Do you remember when I mentioned baklava on the video?
Yeah.
David
Yeah.
sent an entire box of baklava
Are you kidding
I need
me?
to bring some over. Michelle and I tried it last night. It was very good.
Love to.
It was wild, dude. It was like this big. I was just gonna say, let me know where I can get the best blueberry muffin, because now I'm wanting one. I'm just hungry, I think.
I absolutely love this nose.
This is the best nose.
This is just. It's so scrumptious, but yet
Scrumdiddly-umptious.
delicate a touch. Oh,
Man, now I want a blueberry muffin.
yeah.
Like
Kind of reminds me of the very best Maker's Mark 46 cast strength we've ever had, but then you add the blueberry to it.
I could see
Kind
that.
of, because a lot of times I get that pastry notes, cream cheese frosting notes on that Maker's 46, but
They should make a blueberry cinnamon roll.
I should.
Is that savory?
It's everything. Now, craft whiskey, guys. These are some of the notes you're not going to get from Legacy Distillery. You're not going to get this with Wild Turkey. You know, I love Wild Turkey. Love it.
And there's nothing wrong with that either.
No. It's completely out of the box. And that's why I'm kind of drawn to it. Some folks may not like it. I understand that. But for me, I'm just kind of drawn to those. Everything we just got done talking about with the aromas came through the palate for me. Everything.
And more. I don't know how that's possible. I want to elope with this bottle. I think it's absolutely incredible.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
If I wasn't already married, I would consider
Think about it.
proposing to this one. I would.
It's great. All right, bud. The last one here. E. What's going to be hard is which one we're going to kick out first. It's all of them been fantastic.
The only one I could say for sure without a doubt that isn't is D. That's
It's not going out first. Yeah, I agree with that.
okay.
And maybe E.
This really honestly smells like what I imagine the perfect 15-year-old whiskey
Yeah.
tastes like, or bourbon smells like, sorry.
Corn heavy, but in a luscious way. Dusty corn, slathered in butterscotch.
There's a lot of butterscotch here.
There is.
And I will say, I
being honest.
find that with craft distilleries.
Yeah,
It really
I
leans
swear.
more towards a butterscotch, mapley type of a vibe. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I wonder if all these are pot distilled.
Good question. Good question. But yeah, I mean, this is kind of corn heavy, but like a real nice, beautiful, dusty corn note, slathered with butterscotch. I don't know what else to say.
Crap. What is that?
It's a wild ride right there, dude. That is a wild ride. Now this one, I'm going to say, I think letter E would probably be the most divisive of a craft whiskey for those who've never had craft whiskey. I can see
that.
some people tasting that and going, oh my, no, not for me. Because that veers pretty far away from standard bourbon notes.
That's got
But I love it.
That's got one of those like sulfury, fireworky notes kind of in there.
There's the same dusty corn butterscotch, but there's more to it. There's funk in there. Maybe a cheese funk.
Oh, that's cheesy without a doubt. I'd be curious, and I might have asked this question before, and I'm just kind of out of it at the moment. For those of you that have been drinking for a long time, bourbons, if you come from Scotch, rye, really whatever, as you've progressed through your journey of drinking, do you tend to like seek out more craft or like different stuff that veers away from the typical profile of the whiskey that you enjoy? Or are you just kind of staying inside the lines of stuff that you know you like? Because, you know, whiskey is not a cheap thing. It's not a cheap hobby. So are you a little bit more cautious about what you're purchasing, and you tend to just kind of go down the down the path you know, or are you veering off and taking the fork in the road and just going like full send with stuff like this? Because this is like cheese and this is a rocky. There's a lot of weird notes in here,
but
it's cool though.
That's a great question, Trenton. Great question. And I also wonder, right in my mind right now is Phil from the Bourbon Van. The dude is a goat with his palate. I'm just saying, if he does his 5-sip Friday things, you know, both him and Julie are very good at it. But Phil, he figures this stuff out. They do 5-sip Friday. He takes 5 sips in a blind sample somebody sends. They have to figure out proof. They have to figure out bourbon, rye, whatever it is. They have to figure out the distillery and a few things. He is credible with that. I always comment with the goat symbols on there, whatever you call those emoji things. I do. Because it's crazy. I wonder what he would think of this. That's my point. Because we had a conversation. He wasn't a massive fan of the Balcones Catalea. And it's
right that's there. A shit. Phil, man.
And that's divisive too. So I wonder if Phil would go for that. And that's the question. That's the common theme of why we're even doing this blind, is because Trent and I were kind of drawn to these things. But are you? Very curious to know, are you? If you want straight bourbon, quintessential, excellent bourbon, it's sitting right over here in A. The rest of it is a wild ride. Wild ride.
If Phil's ever in the area, I would love to challenge him to like a one-on-one. Guess the proof.
He would mop the floor with you.
I don't know, man.
Sir.
And look, you know, Phil. I went to round 2 of Matt Madness.
Seriously, you're gonna bring that up?
And you know, I don't want to
scrub the floor.
I don't want to quote Dan and Sean, but I'm pretty sure I watched a live stream of them say that I did a really good job.
You did.
So you know, I don't want to brag or anything, but I've done a couple whiskey competitions.
Dude, okay.
That would be fun. Let us know if you want to see that.
Bring it, please.
Maybe we'll do it for Patreon. Maybe we'll do it for YouTube.
Please, we'll come to you. How about that?
Trip? Yes. I'm down for a trip. We'll go to Oregon.
Yes.
Thai Peacock downtown Portland. Oh man,
I always like to see Katie, my niece. Anyway, she's right in there. All right, let's figure out what we're doing. I'm sorry, we're gonna be a 45-minute video. This is a lot of fun. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. Wasn't expecting that.
I have to push A out only because it doesn't, for me, really have many. This is a very good bourbon, whatever it is.
Very good.
I don't think it necessarily fits in the craft category. Maybe I'm looking at this the wrong way. Hold on.
Hold on. But you're right. If you're going to stick to that notion, it doesn't really fit in a flavor profile in the craft whiskey category, then I have to agree with you. If I'm strictly going off of what I like the most out of the 5, I would not push that out first.
I'm doing that only because I don't necessarily think when I'm tasting this, and again, maybe I'm looking at this the wrong way, but it doesn't fit within the scope of this like strange note / profile thing. It's a very, very good product.
No, it doesn't.
Very good. It really rides the line of like a quintessential type of a bourbon. And it's
very good. Cherry. There's lots of great things to like about this one over here. So I'll go with that too. If that's the mindset. I'm telling everybody out there right now though, I would not have pushed that out first.
Well, no, let's
as far
go with
as
yours.
Taste, I would push out this one first. Rocking chair.
Okay.
First. That's me.
The blended rocking chair.
That's me.
Okay.
And then I would push out A next.
Okay.
And these 3 would be left for me. For me. However, I understand where you come from. What would you push out next?
I don't know.
It's hard because I'm just telling you right now. This one over here is crazy, crazy ride, but I'm loving it at the moment. Loving it at the moment. I can see where quite a few folks would push this out.
I would have to push B out next.
Okay, so we're right there close.
I think the thing that did it for me on B is the palate is really nice. I do like despite how it sounds, I like the blended up antique-y rocking chair kind of a vibe with a little bit of sweetness.
Yeah.
I'll say for me though, there was a little bit too much bitterness there on the tail end that kind of hurt the front and middle of the palate where I think was really good.
Yeah, I please, let's just say it one more time and that's it. All these are fantastic.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter who pushed out for all of them. This has been a wonderful tasting. So, all right, buddy. So now we're left with 3. And this is going to be where it's... Excuse me. Did I? Kyle.
Please leave that. We need to leave that in.
Kyle, you got to help me, bro.
We need to leave that in.
Kyle, you
Zoom in on it, slow-mo it down, do it in. That's crazy.
I'm blushing, if you can tell.
I can.
That does not happen. I am not up for flatulence or burping.
One thing you never want to do on a barrel pick trip in the car, you never toot in the back seat.
Pull the freaking car over and get out if you have to, but I'm not.
That's extreme, man.
I don't care. It's just not me.
Sorry, we pulled over because we saw your hazards were on the side of the highway. Do you guys need help? Nope, just letting some rip. I had to get out. Sorry. Come on, man. Roll those windows down and keep trucking.
Kyle.
Can you tell we haven't done a blind in a while?
You're my firstborn son, but you gotta help me out. Help me out. All right. My apologies. Excuse me. That's probably one of the most embarrassing moments I've had on camera. And we're not going to cut it out. I know we're not.
Everybody goes through that, Mm-hmm. I don't know what I'm going to do next. I think I have an idea.
Wow. I'm stuck.
The profiles on all the last 3, all 5 of them were very different. But these are like incredibly good, but also different. Mm-hmm. It's really kind of throw me for a loop there. D has a nice maple note on it.
Wow. So many great things here. All right, I already know what I'm doing.
All right, I gotta do one more.
I can tell you this, Trent. My next out's going to be between C. Okay. That had my lowest score first time through. That would have been my next out. Fabulous sip.
Very good.
Unbelievable sip. That would have been my next out, too.
The only thing that really kind of pushed it out for me was the viscosity on the palate.
Okay.
The notes throughout were fantastic.
So good.
It just fell off a little bit more compared to these 2. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I already know which one my second and first is.
I do too. I mean, I'm gonna have to push out this one next.
Okay.
Just because it's just I love it. It's a crazy ride, but it is a crazy ride. This one here is just speaking to me tonight. That whole blueberry crunchy muffin cream cheese notes. Smell it now.
I have
as it's been sitting in the glass.
I have
been. Just incredible.
It does have a very distinct cream cheese icing blueberry, almost cinnamon roll bakery type thing going on.
Forget about it.
If you like any of those things,
okay,
give this one a shot. That was my order as well.
Okay. So let me write this down. Nobody's here to help us. Everybody had to leave after pouring the blinds. So we're stuck to our own devices here.
Shoot. Okay, so I had 5, 4.
All right, I think I got it.
2. Okay.
Put these down out of the way. All right, bub. I will bring out the answer key. Do you want to know what? And just to check yours, because my wife's not here. Rebecca would keep us straight. She'd yell at us and, keep us on the straight and narrow. She's not here. But A, we're just going with Trenton's. Actually, A was my second out, but we'll just go with Trenton's lineup because I understand it. So A would be your first out, right?
Yep, 5th.
5th place was Limestone Farms.
No, really?
Yep.
Dang,
but
man. It's really good, but I'm really surprised actually.
Once again, we're talking about, to me, this was really beautiful, quintessential bourbon, sherry note, a little bit of molasses. You got some sweetness in there. Oak, a little bit oaky. A lovely bottle. Lovely.
Okay, this makes some sense. I think this is the only one of the 5 that doesn't currently distill their own products.
Correct.
Okay, so that makes a little bit of sense then.
They are. They are now, but it's aging. It's going to take some time.
Okay, good to know. That makes a lot of sense. And this was distilled in Kentucky. That makes sense why it has a little bit more of a traditional-ish profile.
Trust me when I tell you, though. Wonderful sip. Okay. Then your next place, Trenton, was B, correct?
Yep.
B would be Detling. That's on your side.
Really?
Detling.
B, this is the ground-up rocking chair? Man, that's good, though.
It was so good. Thank you, Stuart. Once again.
Well, this is Stuart?
Stuart helped me with this one.
Thanks, Stu.
Cask strength single barrel from Detling. Fantastic stuff. We haven't had a chance to get there. I've talked to Seth a little bit. We might have some kind of a barrel pick coming up. Maybe not this year, it'll be next year. He's got his list is filled up. I mean, people want it. And I understand why. I understand why. It's beautiful. Great bottle. Excellent job. Detling. All right. So then going on from there was C. Is that what you got, Trenton? C? I want to make sure I'm right. That's Rock Castle. I know you didn't expect that. I didn't either. I just read it here. Rock Castle. It's on my side. No way. Is that the one that I said had the cheesy funk to it?
I don't think so.
No? Okay.
No, I think the cheesy note was... I don't know which one that was. It was either D or E, I think.
Okay.
I think so.
Whatever. But I usually get some cheesy funk out of that Rock Castle. It's a great job. We just did a barrel pick at Barrel House Distilling. Those that put out the Rock Castle stuff. Wonderful, wonderful distillery. Great people.
Yeah.
Treated us more than what we could have ever expected.
Yeah.
Beautiful bottle.
Yeah.
I got to back up. I think batch 18. Our buddy Chris helped me out get that.
Rick hooked me up with one. So thank you, Rick. That was my first one.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to it.
All right, man.
Very good.
All right, buddy. You ready for second place?
Yep.
I have E. Is that right on your list? I have E is in second place. E is McLaughlin.
No.
That's the only one that I thought I might have known because it is just an experience. That's all I can tell you. This is their baby barrel bourbon whiskey. They only put them in little tiny barrels. I'm not going to remember all the details. I'm not, but it's like 2-3 gallon type stuff.
Oh wow.
It's just small stuff. And this is their baby barrel bourbon whiskey, 61.9 ABV, 100 and whatever that is, 23 proof. Great stuff. What a ride. What a ride. I'm just telling you.
I need to get
not
one
cheap.
of those. I need to get one.
Not cheap though. I don't remember the price on this, but I'm telling you it's worth the experience if you are into, some
good craft
good
whiskey.
Craft whiskey, thank you. So that puts us in first place, Trent, in this conviction. I mean, hey, that bottle spoke to me.
That's the blueberry one?
That's the blueberry one. That's the blueberry, cream cheese, all the above, man. That was letter D.
And this got kicked out in like the first or second round of the Bourbon Madness, I think, right?
Yeah, but you never know on that thing. What tastings are going to do. I mean, I swear to you guys, that's pastries, cream cheese, blueberry is just a beautiful thing. I don't know. We're supposed to be there somewhere in July.
I don't know how you can possibly make a whiskey taste like a blueberry without like finishing it in a blueberry, like a VDN or like a blueberry muffin cask or whatever the heck.
Sour mash, single barrel cask strength, straight bourbon whiskey. Guys.
Incredible.
If I'm not mistaken too, how much was this?
I think it's like 60 or 70 bucks.
It's like $60. I'm telling you, any of these up here. Some of these are a little bit more expensive, and I get that. But if you're just hunkering for a different, experience when it comes to bourbon, don't overlook craft whiskey.
Really?
Don't.
It's an experience. It's also something really good to get somebody that you might know that for a birthday or a holiday or whatever that already has a ton of different whiskeys. You're not really sure what to get them. Venture out into some of these craft ones. I mean, it really just offers profiles like a lot of people just don't really know much about or have experienced before. It's fantastic stuff. Highly recommend. Again, the price points to these can be a little bit difficult for some people. It's craft whiskey after all. Some of it's sourced like this Limestone Farms. Some of it is either hardly or not widely distributed, or
Yeah.
some of it can be a little bit more on the expensive side.
Yeah,
but
like this is only offered a couple, maybe 2 or 3 times a year.
only in Kentucky.
Yeah, and only in Kentucky. There's some, Detling. I had to have help.
Yeah.
We live in Indiana.
We had
I
to
had
have
to
help
have
with the conviction.
with all of them.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So,
Well worth the seeking out, though.
yes. Yes. All right, guys. That's all I got for you today. Don't miss tonight. I promise you one thing. Maybe a little uncomfortable for us and something we normally don't do, but you're going to be shocked and amazed of what the lineup's going to be for our most expensive bourbon blind.
And here's the thing.
Tonight.
We don't even know what's in it yet.
Not yet.
We got to figure that out.
Yeah. All right, guys. As always, I ask you to please drink responsibly. See you next time right down here with Trent and me in a good old basement bourbon bar. See you there.